Hey there, Ruthie here, and welcome back to my channel. With all these recent snow days and snowstorms, it was only appropriate for me to create a snow day activity with my toddler. And let me just tell you, we had so much fun doing all of these activities. And I will say, while my daughter is 2.5 and most of these activities I did with her, a lot of these are gonna be a blast for kids of all ages. So make sure you stick around. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and make sure you consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss any further videos. I don't know who had more fun, me or my daughter, with this one. We made ice marbles. You're just gonna take some balloons, fill a little bit of water, then add some food coloring, mix it up, and then add more water. Make sure you mix it up, and you'll want to get as much of the air out as possible before you tie it up. I made them this size just to make sure it wasn't getting too big, and then you put them outside and they will freeze. Now, of course, you want it to be cold enough. Where I live, it was plenty cold. Don't bury it in the snow because actually that will keep the heat in and it won't freeze all the way. You want it on top. I did lay it on the floor so it had a flat surface. I think the next time I would do this, I would lay it just on top of the snow, and that way it will stay round, but it will actually freeze. And then once it was all frozen, I just cut off the balloon and I had all these nice ice marbles, and just have a blast with them. You can play kick with them. My daughter was a little young, but I think this would make a really fun like bowling activity outside. Just take a few water bottles and roll these to play bowling. Anyway, I'm sure you can get very creative, but these were really fun and I'm pretty sure they're still out there. Well, in true snow day fashion, of course, we had to go outside and play in the snow. Happy snow day! You know all the summer sand toys that you use? There's no reason you shouldn't use them in the winter and use them to play in the snow. My daughter absolutely loves bringing her bucket and shovel outside. For the next activity, we went ahead and brought the snow inside the house and had some fun. This is a great activity to do, especially when it's just too cold or too snowy or you can't go outside. Just bring in the elements indoors. What we did is I went ahead and just put a bunch of snow into a sink in our house. I used my laundry sink. I just took some cups, put some water in them, put a few drops of food coloring, and then I took these little droppers. These were a hit. I will link them down below. They're from Amazon. Definitely get yourself some if you have any toddler. I know we're gonna be using these all the time. And let my daughter paint the snow. I can't stress enough how much fun she had with this activity. She now wants to paint snow every day. I don't know what I'm gonna do in the summer when there is no snow to paint, but for now, we have plenty of snow, so she's good to paint. Next up is sensory bins. Now, I haven't done too many of these, and I don't know what I'm thinking because these are great. First off, Michaels now sells pre-made kits for sensory bins. Yeah, it has all the toys, different materials. I picked up the one that's like a water one or sea one, I think it is, because it has sand and the water beads and all kinds of other things. But there's a really cool space one, some other ones. Anyway, check out Michaels. Of course, you can add your coupon on top. So if you don't want to make it yourself or buy all the supplies, you can just buy a pre-made one. But I also decided to make like a snow one. What I did is I took out our water table, filled it with some snow, and then I just put all kinds of things in there. Again, that Michael's sensory bin had some whales and turtles, so I threw those in there. If you have any kind of snow, like polar bears or things like that, throw those in there. If you have any small children and you don't have this water table, go get it. Since Ellie was about 10 months old, I think, we use this every single day in the summer. Even before she knew how to walk, she would hold on to this table and just like enjoy this for hours. And now we're using it in the winter. So this water table we have repurposed so many times, and my daughter absolutely loves Frozen. I wanted to put a few frozen creatures, but I also didn't want to pay like an insane amount. So I found this eraser kit at Target, which was $5, and I thought that was perfect. So I put a bunch of those frozen things in here. Her favorite thing was to make a snowman, stick Olaf at the top, and then of course we had to bring our painting back and squirt it on top and watch the snowman melt and then Olaf fall down. Hey, Olaf. Next up is a little bit of a science experiment. So for this activity, what I did is I took a cupcake baking sheet and I filled it with some water, and I put, again, those frozen erasers inside just because I knew Ellie would really like to get those out. But you can put any kind of little gift and then stick it outside for it to freeze and then bring it back inside and use salt to melt it. Now this is a science experiment that you can teach your kids about how using different things can melt snow. And this one I did get it from a friend of mine, so thank you, Marissa. This was a great idea, and I just put a little twist. I actually stuck these frozen erasers inside, and then as we sprinkled some salt on it and we watched the water melt, we were able to retrieve our prizes or free Olaf. Enough with the snow. We're probably all cold at this point, so let's talk about other snow day activities. Pinterest has so many great tools out there. I always go there and get a bunch of printouts. I got a bunch of printout with snowflakes and the word snow, and just let her color or paint or whatever you want to do. You know, these small activities I feel like sometimes we don't even think about, but they shouldn't be underrated. So to end our snow day, we had to think about dinner and dessert. We went ahead and made individual pizzas from Trader Joe's. Super easy, super simple, and very delicious. If you haven't tried the Trader Joe's pizza dough, you are missing out. This pizza dough is like $1, maybe $2, and it is the best pizza dough. Pick up some pizza sauce, and the sauce will last you for at least a few of those pizza doughs, and some cheese and whatever toppings you want, and make it a pizza night. I gave Ellie some, and she loved rolling the dough and making her own pizza. It gets them involved in dinner. Hopefully they'll eat it better. I mean, it's pizza. What kid doesn't love pizza? And of course, you can't have dinner without dessert. So we made these marshmallow snowman. We took some marshmallows, stuck the stick through them, and then we just melted some chocolates, did some eyeballs. We had some frosting, so I used frosting for different parts of the snowman, and we actually used pretzel sticks for the arms. The best way to round this out is to make some hot chocolate and stick your Olafs in them, but Ellie couldn't wait, so we just went ahead and ate these anyway. And then we finished out our night with watching Frozen because and with that, those are our snow day activities. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed doing all of these, because they were some of our faves, and I'm sure we will repeat these many times over. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss any more content just like this. And with that, I will see you at my next one. Bye!